Hello guys, welcome to another Smash News Roundup. This is your host Push Dustin, and joining me today is Zeddy.
Hello, looking forward to talking about this stuff today.
Yeah, and we actually had a pretty interesting week this week. There's a lot of stuff to actually talk about, which is kind of refreshing.
Yeah, like looking at the list we've got here, there's a lot of cool stuff. It's always cool seeing the memory posts actually. Like, those aren't ever released in English, are they? Like, they're only Japanese.
They're in like Japanese, Korean, and Chinese, I think. Like all the Asian languages get them.
Yeah, and then we translate them onto Twitter.
Yes. I think the reason they don't post them in other languages is because they don't want to like always repost the box arts or like retake photos or something like that. I'm guessing. Because sometimes the Smash memories actually talk a lot about like the game's manual or the game's box art, and so like you can't have a translation that's talking about the game's box art that's a Japanese box art and then have a completely different cover in the American one, for example.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the only reason I could think of.
There's probably a lot of reasons.
Yeah. Well, starting off this week, we had Nintenjax at the UK Versus event, where he played against the other journalists and won.
Yes, we're the best.
So congratulations, Nintenjax, for representing Source Gaming. Did you actually watch that event?
I was asleep, unfortunately. A bit too late for me.
I stayed awake until like 5 a.m. I think watching that.
Yeah, if it was 5 a.m. for you, it was already 6 a.m. for me. I was definitely asleep.
Yeah, it was pretty good. The event seemed kind of like it was kind of slow to start off a lot of things, but once they got their footing, I think they had some really hype matches.
Yeah, it sounded like it. I was seeing a lot of the competitive players play, because I think there was like a small tournament that they ran there. I saw a bunch of clips of what the competitive players were doing there, and it was really cool. All the little tricks that they were figuring out, like, as they were playing.
Yeah, like there's an ice climber player that just performed really well.
Yeah, I think they performed, like, the first visible wave dash that we've seen so far, or at least, like, what looks like a wave dash.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really cool from, like, a competitive standpoint, but, like, we don't know the ins and outs of it yet, of course.
Mm-hmm. And with Nintendo, like, they're basically having this demo worldwide. Like, we were just talking shortly before we started this recording that it's even coming to Australia very soon.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much I know. I just know that some competitive players are being invited to try out the game, and we're having a small tournament here for players to win the chance to be a part of the event with a lot of other top Australian players.
Mm-hmm. So that's like amazing because like you have this demo. It first premiered at E3, but it's already been in Japan, UK, multiple places in the US. This demo's really getting around.
Yeah, it's also really good that like they're especially sharing with the competitive scene. It doesn't feel like they've really shown much attention to it, especially compared to other games, but they're really pushing it with this one. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and speaking of which, today when we're recording this, EVO is happening.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So, what are your thoughts about that? Smash Ultimate is also there in playable form.
I've only heard a few things about it there. We have the best Australian player is over there right now, competing, and he's had his chance to try Ultimate. And he said the first thing he tried to do was short hop air dodge, which is a really powerful strategy in Smash 4, and that if it was good, he was going to let people know. And he hasn't said anything, so I'm guessing it's not very good, but...
yeah.
I'm seeing, like, lots of little bits. There was also the exhibition match between ESAM and Infiltration versus Nairo and Hook Gang God, which was cool. Like, seeing top players play this new game is always really cool, even if like they're not really sure what they're doing yet. It's just great to see the game like heaps and heaps before it's even being released, like just building up hype.
Mm-hmm. And you can like really see like when top players like get their hands on the game, like they can really just go in like depth with it as like really quickly. Like they really understand a lot of the fundamentals of the game.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, of course, the more they play it, the better they're gonna get. Still, but
Yeah.
from the base, they're just figuring out stuff so fast, and that's what makes them so good. And seeing that in practice is just amazing, honestly.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and start with the actual Smash blog post. So the first day was actually Jigglypuff, and we saw the Jigglypuff trailer again, and we also saw a memory post where it talked about how Jigglypuff was originally from Pokemon Red and Blue, Green in Japan, and that she was retyped in X and Y to a Fairy type.
Yeah, I'm glad that they bring that up, since like every time you play Smash, or like even Pokemon, you just forget that she's been changed to a Fairy type. So it's important to keep reminding people that Jigglypuff is now Fairy. She can beat Dragon types and all that stuff.
Well, the next day was actually the fake Smash Bomb, as I think it's called in English.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a weird day because it was like super late to be posted on the English side.
Yeah, I saw
Like,
a lot of
it's posted
stuff
on the
going on with
Japanese.
Twitter with that as well, between you and the Smash Miiverse posts, or Smash Ultimate posts. Because it like got deleted?
What happened was that we were actually very late in translating it because unfortunately this week I had to work really early hours, and so I was at work whenever these Smash blog posts were coming out. So I think Smash Miiverse was waiting for us to translate it, but unfortunately because I was at work I wasn't able to.
See, I think I also saw like in some places it wasn't called the fake Smash Ball, or is that just a mistake on them?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure about that. I believe in like on the Twitter account it said like Nisei Smash Ball or something like that. Like I think it said fake Smash Ball, but then it was like updated to Smash Bomb in Japanese.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
Yeah. Sounds like a little bit of a mishap happened, but
yeah, and it's not the first time that like Smash blog posts have been like updated. During the first couple weeks, like they kept on writing the wrong kanji for listen in Japanese, so like they reposted the update like 3 times.
I see.
Trying to get the right kanji.
It sounds like a very Japanese problem.
There's also the Sukapan English translation, which was reposted because they said that he was a he in the American side, and then they deleted that post and then reposted it with using no gender pronoun.
Yeah, that's also a difficult thing that like doesn't translate well from Japanese.
Yeah, because in Japanese you don't have gender pronouns necessarily.
Yeah, it reminds me of Amaterasu, honestly, like in Akami. Gods not having like genders or whatever, and just not being able to translate that well into English. It's good that they are updating it though, like being correct rather than, just leaving it up there.
It just makes me wonder like how far in advance have they planned these? Are they just like coming up with them like the day of or the day before?
Yeah, that is an interesting thought. You'd think they'd have plenty of time to be thinking about it. The posts aren't that big.
Well, it takes a lot of effort to make a post on the Smash blog because you have to translate it in so many different languages, and you have to get all the screenshots, and if there's like regional differences, then you have to account for that as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And like you have time zones, so you have to like account for that as well. So it has to be done at least like a day in advance, I think, right?
Yeah, it would definitely have to be a day in advance, getting all the translations and stuff, making sure everything's correct. And obviously they're still making mistakes, so it's still rushed out at least a little bit. I guess like they were informed that they would be doing this daily after the E3 presentation and not before. Otherwise I assume they would have had like backups to,
maybe
have a little bit
like
of extra.
Maybe they were like afraid of leaks happening, so like they've kept the circle very tight, but that made like a lot more work for a lot more people.
Yeah, true.
I'm not sure. There's also been some issues, like I think with the Chinese side, like some of the days have just been skipped entirely.
Sounds unfortunate for them. Maybe
Yeah.
Is there a Nintendo of China, or is it under another group?
It has an official Chinese translation.
Ah.
Well, let's go on to the next day, and that is the Galaga melody, which was arranged by Yusuke Takahama.
Yeah, I'll
who
let
has
you
worked for,
handle that.
a lot of companies, including Data East and Sega. He's also done some Smash songs, such as Verse Ridley and the Shadow Man stage in the newest game. And I just absolutely love this song.
When I listened to it, I couldn't really get into it, and maybe that's just because like I never played Galaga, but I thought it was really cool that they were adding it. Like Pac-Man obviously has the Galaga stuff in his moveset and the item, but there was never any music from it, and it's like, yeah, Galaga, like that's cool music from like these old games. I wish I could be more excited for it, honestly. I think my favorite tune on it, the Smash site right now, is the Splatoon one, maybe Snake Eater. This one is like just one like I know that this is really good, but I just can't get into it like other people would be.
For me, I think the best one is the F-Zero melody right now.
I'm really mixed on the F-Zero medley.
I just feel like it fits in so well with GX, like the songs that they had from GX, that I'm really happy with it.
I've never played GX, unfortunately. I've never actually like properly played F-Zero. I was really late to Nintendo. My first real console was the Wii. I had Game Boys and stuff, but yeah, the Wii was like the first proper console, so I missed a lot of classic GameCube games and everything, which is unfortunate. But well, I got Smash.
Yeah, like with like looking back, like I think Bandai Namco is really pushing Galaga like recently. Like I think it's like an anniversary, so it's not too surprising to see a melody from that game pop up.
I feel like they would have added it regardless of a anniversary, but maybe we'll get even more Galaga stuff because of that, which would be really cool. Like I know Galaga's a big like retro franchise, but like when I ask people if they know what Galaga is, I often get a response of they don't know, and I'm like, wow, this is like prime retro material.
I'm sure like if people see the game, they'll know what it is, but if they just hear the name, it's kind of one of those things.
Yeah, I understand that.
Well, moving on to the next day, we got Lilac Cruise being confirmed again. This is a stage that we've known about for a while that would be coming back, but I think this is like the first like actual, screenshot of the actual stage that we got.
I don't know how to feel about Lilac Cruise coming back. As a competitive player, I really don't like this stage, but
yeah,
I don't really know what to say about it. I'm happy for any stage to come back, honestly. Like, I really hope like we get most of the stages back. So just knowing all these stages are getting confirmed is really cool. I'd like to see the Melee Star Fox stage. I don't know what it's called, but
the Great Fox stage.
I think so.
The Sector Z.
I'm not sure. It's the one where they're on the Corneria, but the Corneria is like flying towards the camera.
I think that's Sector Z.
Yeah, I've never had the chance to play it personally, but it's all these stages. Like I want to come back. Like there's no confirmation of Poker Floats. That's a classic.
So many people are. I think Poker Floats is like kind of like almost like a meme stage at this point.
I feel like it's the equivalent of Hannibal and Brawl.
Yeah, but Hannibal was awesome. Poker Floats was just annoying.
I don't know about that. I did not have a lot of fun on Hannibal.
I liked Hannibal just because it was like so unique. The fish making the music. I mean, I thought that was really cool.
I think it was really cool when I first played it, and then I actually played on the stage with friends and stuff, and just kept dying to nothing. But well, it was a stage, and like I'd still want it to come back, maybe a bit better. Same with Lilac Cruise. The most exciting thing about Lilac Cruise is that with no hazards on, there's no more tilting of the stage, so that might actually be a really fun competitive stage now.
I mean, speaking of that, I wonder, like, they say no hazards, but like what will count as a hazard or not, we don't know yet.
That's true. A lot of people are speculating that it'll just be anything that can affects the stage. So like, people were speculating, on like Delfino, no transformations and stuff. Or same with Halberd, but Halberd with no transformations wouldn't be very fun unless it's like in the middle when it's flying around the actual Halberd. If it was just on the ground,
like the Mario Kart 8 stage, would that just be stationary then?
That's what people are thinking, and like it'd just run like the Omega versions where instead of stopping, it just flies around the stage. Which is a cool effect, but the transforming is part of the fun of those stages as well.
Yeah. I hope whenever there's a Smash Direct that they actually go into detail about this. I hope it's not something that we won't know about until release.
I feel like it'll probably be something we find out on release, but I'm always happy with more information if we get it. If there even is a Smash Direct, of course.
Well, the next day we had Wario, my favorite character. And he came out on WarioWare Gold release date in Japan.
Ah, I didn't realize that. I think it was the same over here, actually. Yeah, it would have been the same over here.
Yeah, you know the Japanese name for WarioWare Gold is Gorgeous?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, Gorgeous. Wow.
That feels like a game named by Wario.
Yeah, I just love it. I actually haven't picked up the game yet, and I have to pick it up soon.
I also do. I've been watching clips of it, I'm like, I really want to play this.
Yeah.
It's got some Rhythm Heaven mini games in it as well, I've seen, which is pretty cool.
Because they're made by the same team.
Yeah, it is. But like, I've seen a lot of like the Nintendo themed ones as well. I'm like, wow, these are really silly, but they're really fun. The Fire Emblem one gets to me a lot because it's so nothing, but there it is, Fire Emblem Awakening. Have fun.
Yeah, for me, I just love like the absurd humor in WarioWare. Like that's my favorite thing. Like whenever I play, I just always laugh.
Yeah. Every time I watch Smooth Moves clips and they start doing the dancing minigame, I don't know who came up with that idea, but it's brilliant. Like it's so funny. I don't find all of obviously not everything in the game is super hilarious, but like you see some minigames, you just
you can't help but smile.
Pretty much.
So Wario has had like a lot of changes in Smash Ultimate, but he hasn't been in any of the demos, so I can't see all of it. Well, the next day, August 3rd in Japan, was actually Sakurai's birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday, Sakurai. How old is he again?
He's 48, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah. Which kind of actually makes me really depressed because I'll be turning 30 this year, and that's only 18 years difference.
Yeah, he was probably already making Kirby by then.
No, yeah, Kirby. He made Kirby when he was 18 or 19.
Oh, yeah, you were born.
Yeah.
I found out that Kirby actually came out on my birthday, so Kirby's as old as I am.
There you go.
Not quite. I'm not that old. Kirby came out on my birthday, and he's 2 years older than me.
You're making me feel old now.
Man, I always feel old when I'm discussing things with everyone else, so it's nice to be the young one for once.
So yeah, it was Sakurai's birthday, and he revealed on Twitter that he's been getting celebrations by the team for every year, but he couldn't really talk about it because he was working on the game in secret.
That sucks. that sounds like such a... you want to share this stuff with everyone when just everyone's being supportive of you.
Well, it seems like he had a happy birthday. He said he thanked everyone for the wishes and everything like that.
Sounds like a very nice birthday. Hopefully he didn't have to work on his birthday, or if he did, that he did it because he wanted to work.
sounds like he did because he said that the staff celebrated.
Oh, well, at least he celebrated with his staff.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't worked on my birthday ever yet. Like, I've managed to take it off every year.
I think I've worked every birthday I've had since I started getting jobs. Yeah.
And like, I've started working since I was like 18. So this is like almost 12 years.
Yeah, I've been working since I was 18. And I've gotten every single year working. I guess it's just it's never been important enough for me to take off. Maybe Sakurai views it the same way.
Yeah, I just like to take it easy.
I don't know if Sakurai's like that at all.
No, I think Sakurai's very intense.
It'd have to be.
Well, on that day we actually saw Rodin again. I think he was shown off in the direct.
Yes, he was.
And of course he was hinted at in Bayonetta 2 on the Switch.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that, but it wasn't found till no one realized it was a reveal for Smash until like way later down the line.
Oh, I thought everyone thought it was a Smash reveal. Because he said, like, I heard that you got into a fight, maybe I'll see you on the battlefield or something like that.
I don't recall. I definitely only saw that there was a like secret in Bayonetta 2 where he says that like long after Ultimate had already been revealed. The picture looks really cool though. Like,
yeah.
I like how I think he must be using like Bayonetta's model, and then I shouldn't say this stuff. Real Hero Wins is gonna get mad at me if I say stuff about 3D models that I don't know. It does look really cool though. I like the big punch. That's gonna be scary to play around. Hope he has a lot of cool voice lines that he just spouts out while you're fighting. That'd be cool.
And with Rodin, he actually brought confirmation of a new stage.
Yep, he confirmed Delfino Plaza, which
Yay.
We had there was no pictures of that before Rodin, correct?
Nope.
Cool. Delfino's a classic. So many people love that stage in Smash. Like, everyone must be happy it's coming back. I've always found the transformations really awkward because there's a lot of water in all of them, and whenever you get spiked in the water or get hit into the water or anything, it's just sort of like a really weird feeling. And I'm curious to know what happens with the new sort of knockback in the water. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, testing that.
So much to look forward to with Ultimate, honestly.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for listening to this Smash News Roundup. As always, you can follow us by checking out the social media links in the description below. And I would like to remind everyone to return to the source.